Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back again to the Whispered Woods. Can you believe some of my friends keep on calling out the fact that I can't stay consistent on what I'm calling it? But welcome back yet again for another episode of Draft Diaries. This week, week 8, we are in crunch time. And, oh boy, Chi-Yu really stepped up this week to prove why this adorable little thing is going to be the face of our franchise. But you'll see that soon enough. As per usual, though, let's start with our team breakdowns. As said, Chi-Yu got max special attack, timid nature with max speed, a little bit in special defense. Choice Scarf, we went for the outspeed everything approach this week. Heat Wave, Dark Pulse, Fairy Terra Blast, Overheat. I learned my lesson. I promise. I learned it after last week. Do not leave Chi-Yu as a dark type if your opponent has a fighting move. I promise. Then we got Gasoline the Charizard. Obviously Mega Y, Heat Wave, Air Slash, Scorching Sands, Roost. Have it just, max speed, max special attack, timid nature again, and a little in HP. Just kind of normal for me. I don't think I've ever actually explained it, but I really don't like solar power, even though I never have a chance to touch it, so I just ignore it. Little bit different on Dofi this week. We got a booster energy with Protosynthesis, Protect, Draco Meteor, Hydro Steam, Weather Ball, 244 in special attack, 252 in speed, a little bit in special defense, timid nature. We didn't want to go in with the specs this week just because we are a little bit worried about a couple things and because of the way I planned on leading. So instead of that, we decided to go a little bit differently. Honestly, I like this set a lot. D4C. This one was funny because the Choice Scarf was already on Chi-Yu. I actually decided to go for an Assault Vest build. Went Trailblaze, Thunderous Kick, Knockoff, Brave Bird, max attack, max speed, Jolly Nature with a little bit in the special defense to get boosted further by Assault Vest. Probably a good time to point out, if you look over here, my opponent has almost a VCG team that was drafted. It's because he took over for one of my friends on the server, who's actually the server owner, who plays VCG. You can guess why I brought the Zapdos if you notice that there's a certain Fire Kitty. Then, bye the Ambipom. Got Silk Scarf Technician, Fake Out U-Turn, Knockoff Thunderwave. This is the same generic build I use every time because honestly, I just think it works. It does enough at certain points of the game to get away with it. And then we got Come Sail Away, who came in with Heavy Duty Boots, Fake Out, U-Turn, Play Rough, Crunch, and we went for a more bulky build, focused on HP attack and a little bit in special defense. I don't exactly remember for what. There was a thought pattern behind it, but honestly, lost upon me right now. So, hopping over here. Yeah, no, this looks like a VCG team to me. I've been experimenting with VCG, and this looks almost like the type of team I would see coming at me, except for these two. Like, the Venusaur and the Raikou I don't think I would see, but everything else I have faced a lot. So, let's get going. We're leading Incineroar, Urshifu versus my Walking Wake and Chi-Yu. We're automatically starting, I think, in a pretty good position here as Incineroar's Intimidate doesn't affect me. Incineroar's Intimidate doesn't affect me. And because I have Fairy Terra, I can pretty reliably check this Urshifu. Will I play it properly is the better question. So let's see. Photosynthesis goes off, get the speed boost, immediate Fairy Terra. He goes for a Fake Out on Dofi. Kind of expected. and then Terra Blast. Hits the close combat, knocking me down to 55%. He protects. I went for Hydro Steam. He gets the berry healing, Terra Blast. This is the very first instance of me messing up, and because of that mess up, I feel like it cost me later. I'm pretty sure if I double into this Incineroar here, I'm pretty sure Chi-Yu, even if it's neutral, can do enough damage to OHKO this from 56%. And me not doing that will end up hurting me a little bit later. But that's the point of these videos. It lets me go through, rewatch my battles, and figure out where I screwed up and what I got right. But for future notice, we know to try to double up if we think a Protect is coming. Switch out for Berserker. He switches out for Farigiraf. I go for a Protect. He hits the Thunderbolt on Dofi. Not a bad turn for me. I think I predicted that fairly well, and I got a pretty free switch in. I do mess up a little bit here, though. I forgot about Tail Armor and went for Fake Out. Which, well, you can see what happens. Draco Meteor hits, and the Volt Switch hits, doing a lot of chunk on Dofi. That's another one of those instances where I feel like if I remember something, like if I remember Tail Armor, I can do that differently, but unfortunately, I'm in the moment and I forgot, and I paid the price later. Protect here, go for a Crunch on Farigiraf. He sets up a Trick Room, goes Terra Ground, I go for another Crunch, hits the Dazzling Gleam. This is why we went Assault Vest, by the way. I just took a Dazzling Gleam for only 21 on a fighting type that is normally not that bulky. He was not prepared for that, I don't think. Earth Power does not kill, which is why we went bulk. Brave Bird does not kill, unfortunately. Hit the U-turn, get a free switch out here into Ambipom to apply pressure, go for the knockoff, unfortunately don't get it. Switch out for Berserker, he uses Protect on Urshifu, hits the Dazzling Gleam, doesn't do all that much, U-turn. Switch out, get my Charizard for free. Intimidate doesn't fully bother me with how much switching I'm doing. Mega Evolve, go for the Drought, he goes for the Fake Out, which gets me, and I get got by his Fake Out. He hits Protect. Scorching Sands, normally a good idea, didn't necessarily do a lot here. Knockoff, unfortunately Come Sail Away is taken out of the match, going for Dofi. Here I'm getting a little worried, so I click the Weather Ball, fire because of the sun, hit the Scorching Sands. Honestly, it's not a lot, maybe could have done that better, but I don't know if I was fully thinking. Does that, brings Incineroar back. Again, doesn't really bother me, but this is where I'm talking about from earlier in the matchup. If I take that Incineroar out, a lot of this shenanigans doesn't happen because he doesn't have access to that Fake Out pivot. So, you can probably guess from this point, we get the win in this match, but it's definitely a learning experience because normally I'm the one using Fake Out shenanigans to remember that sometimes you just have to deal with the Fake Out Pokemon because it applies that little bit of pressure and that little bit of stall. Hit the Draco. He hits a Thunderbolt. I lose Dofi. And I don't take out anything here. We click Heat Wave. We take out both of them. Heat Wave failed on Mega Charizard. We get here. I missed the first Heat Wave, and the second one barely doesn't KO. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. He hits the Shadow Ball on Charizard, which does not take me out. He goes for Protect. I double-click Heat Wave again. And at this point, I know I'm faster, so we just take the KO and we clean up. It was a very good match, and the thing I will feel about it is that I could have walked away with potentially 1 KO less. I don't think I was beating this battle completely clean, though. I don't think there's a world where I could sweep him. But regardless of that, we're making progress again. We are currently, I might see if I can get an image of it pulled up, but I am sitting at, I believe, a 3 and 5 with a negative, yeah, we're sitting at 3 and 5 with a -6 on our differential. The team directly above us is 3 and 5 with a -5. Team above them 3 and 5 with a -4, and the team above them is 4 and 4 with -2. Here's the interesting thing: that team that's 4 and 4 with a -2, we face them next week. So, Cruiser, on the chance you're watching this, I look forward to our battle, which for us, from the time of recording, should be in, I think, tomorrow. We're trying for it, so I'm looking forward to it. And honestly, I think if we can clinch that win, we might actually be able to get there. Like, it's gonna be a close race, but you know, I have faith in our little goldfish. But that's going to be all for today. I will see you guys next week. Hopefully it's with another good update, but I can't make any promises right now. But until then, I hope you've enjoyed your walk in the woods. Arrivederci.